next to go? Yeah, who's next to go? I check the line.
Yeah,
Who's next to go?
Bondzee Live, Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube. I don't know what the holy hell I just watched, but good Lord. Can you believe it? The dude was walking around the whole restaurant with Buddy's hair in his hand. Without like, I would have been like, not ew, like ew, but I would have been like, bro, gross. Like, sorry, I ripped out your hair out. Good thing that bro had a whole lot of extra hair on the backside because the top side, she gone. That was a wild video. I'm gonna play that again a little later in the show. But listen, how are you? It's Bondzee. It's Bondzee Live on Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, blah blah blah. We're on social media. We're everywhere. Go check us out. Make sure I say us, me. Like there's no us. It's just me. It's just Greg Bond, Gregory Scott. If you're in trouble from Sarge, but yeah, there it is. Go especially to YouTube, go to Trippin With Bondzee, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. It works amazing for the algorithm, so please help me out. All right, it's episode 252. Can you believe it? We're at 252, folks. Make sure you go subscribe. And yeah, listen, we're here for good times, we're here for laughs. And listen, tonight's guests, we were supposed to have two guests. We're down to one. We had somebody pull the emergency chute, and it wasn't the one that I thought was going to pull it. Diana Sferrazza will join us tonight. She is absolutely terrified, folks. She does not do social media well. She does not promote herself well. But I've been going on about her for a while now. You've seen the link go across the bottom. She is listen, this is her. She looks stunning. She just turned 50. Like, like, are you kidding me right now? 50, boys. You like settle down, put your tongues back in your mouth, and pick the jaw up off the floor because she's taken, fellas. All right, so keep your filthy mitts off. But she's 50 and she wants to be well and feel well, and she's trying to get on the cover of Hers magazine. So we're going to talk to her tonight. I know she's super scared, but my boy Dan, he was going to come back on, answer your questions about the journey that Bondzee's been on with the smoking the DMT, and then the combination of the MDMA. The single molecule that I was told, it's not the same as Molly or ecstasy. It's the single molecule of MDMA mixed with shrooms. Wowie, game changer. This past weekend was epic. We're going to get to it all. I swear to God. I can't wait to tell you about my weekend. I said it was going to be healing. I said it was going to be awesome. It was everything, and that times 1,000. Wait till you hear my stories. What do we got? We also have coming up soon. Still Guillaume Berdure from the TV shows Yukon Gold. Amazing show. I've watched. I think I have one more season left. But that show's incredible. So Guillaume's going to join us. Listen, it's right in the middle of gold season out there, and they work till like 11 or 12 at night because that's how, like, I was just up in the North Bruce Peninsula, and I'm going to get to that shortly. And it was literally light out until 11 o'clock at night. It was crazy. And then, so these guys are in the Yukon, so you can imagine it doesn't get dark until 1, 2 in the morning, in the middle of it right now until the longest day of the summer, which is coming up very shortly. We're at June 7th. So what, a couple of weeks. So yeah, But he's coming up. And speaking of coming up too, one of the most musical he's like the history of musical gurus. It's this guy, Alan Cross. He will be joining me on Bondzee Live on Trippin With Bondzee on YouTube really, really, really soon. Okay, so stick around for that. I can't wait to talk to both those guys. They're incredible. And I'm working on getting JJ Wild. It's in the midst. She's bouncing back and forth right now from she's shooting some videos and recording some music in LA. Living in Nashville now. Can't wait to talk to her. She's a pisser for sure. We're also going to talk a real quick tribute to the Iron Sheik. That guy was an absolute legend. Farewell, Sheiky baby. We'll definitely do a quick little farewell tribute to him. And then Dummies of the Week and some great pictures and videos. But wait to hear my stories of the weekend. Yeah, coming up real shortly. The show is brought to you by Carefree Camping Rentals. Make sure you go check them out. CarefreeCampingRentals.com. Listen, fellas, if you want to go up north, you're south of, say, Aurelia, cottage country. You don't have any of the accoutrements, aka tent, chairs, the sticks for the marshmallows. Like, everything is so important. She has everything taken care of for you. Yeah, all you got to do is pick it up at her front door. It's Carefree Camping Rentals. And then you can be this guy. Maybe you got a brand new lady and she's got some stepkids and you're or kids, and you want to be like the guy, right? Take them camping on a lake. All you got to do is pick up the shit, drop it off on the way back. No cleanup when you get home. It's goodbye, God bless. And you could be roasting marshmallows around the lake with Carefree Camping Rentals. Go check them out. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, and they have their own website, www.carefreecampingrentals.com. Boom. What else? Whew. I'm watching the Jays game. 3-2 Jays, by the way. Top of the ninth. Big game. The Jays have been on fire, but then that Manoah guy, holy, and I'm going off a little off track a little here, but my God, I can't believe the guy went from almost a Cy Young winner last year to being the worst pitcher, easily the worst pitcher in Major League Baseball until his last outing. I think it was 2 nights ago when he didn't even make it, I think, a third of an inning, and he's gone, and now he's been relegated, not even to Buffalo. Bro, you're so shit. Right now, I'm sorry to say, you're going to bypass Buffalo and you're going to Florida to the minors. Listen, it happens to the best of them. Well, not the best of them, but it happens to a lot. Okay, let's put it that way. Anyways, the show is also brought to you by Coop. You got to go check it out. It's a new place in Waterdown. If you're in, say, Burlington, Oakville, Hamilton, Dundas, Ancaster, Coop is where it's at. My brother, there he's in the background, loud and proud. He's a co-owner of the new one in Waterdown. I'm telling you, folks, and I'm not even saying this because he pays me. It is the best goddamn chicken sandwich, and the chicken wings aren't the best I've ever had, but they are right up there. And the flavors of sauces, they do it right. The sandwiches are the tits. I highly recommend those, and a little wings on the side with sauce of your choice. So go check it out. It's the Coop. It's in Waterdown. Go check it out. There's my boys. There's his boys. So, I love this guy. I'm so proud of him. Go check him out. The Coop, Waterdown. All right, here we go. Ready? Where to start? How about a sip of water? How you doing? Happy Wednesday. I'm telling you, the Splash Blast. They don't pay me to do this. I wish they did. This is the best ever. They got grape. They got lemon, they got raspberry, and they got this badass right here, wild berry. And man, oh man, I have to drink a lot of water. Bad kidneys, want to get rid of the kidney stones. That shit's where it's at. Fuck the plain water, okay? Sorry, Sarge, if you're watching for swearing. Okay, last show, I mentioned I was heading up north to go on this sort of, to see friends. Always had a great time up there. I love them to death. Ken and Aisha, met them in Nicaragua. They're from Brantford. Friends for life, like dearly, dearly friends for life. They're like family now. And I know they feel the same. And they had me up to their wonderful cottage. Like, folks, like, you can't even make this shit up. Like, seriously, this is their views. Really is magical. Believe it or not, this photo is from 1:00 in the morning. It was a full moon. It was Saturday night. Wait till you hear the stories about old Bonzarelli sitting down with the old, what do you call those? The gnome garden in the bottom. That was definitely a trip for sure. And I'm super thankful to be up there. We had such an amazing time, and it was great to celebrate Aisha's on Sunday. Sadly, it was the 3-year anniversary of her son passing away at 25 years old. So we went out and we had a lovely breakfast, and we got a butter tart. We all cheated on our diet because her son Darwin, rest in peace, bro, loved the butter tart. So we had one in his honor, and we just had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. So yeah, that's coming up. Lake Huron definitely did not disappoint with the sunsets. The full moon was absolutely amazing, and the weather was incredible too. And I'll describe coming up my whole healing journey. The whole, like, I'll walk it. It's incredible. It's going to blow your mind of what happened. I am no longer, and this is true story, and I should have grabbed a picture of a snake, but I'm no longer afraid of snakes. True story. Wait till you hear it all. What else? Okay, I got to do this real quick because I was a big fan back in the day. Old Bonzarelli was a huge, huge wrestling fan. Listen, I had 2 younger brothers. My dad was sort of into it because we all loved it. And man, if there wasn't a bigger legend like Hulk Hogan is the man, and there's a couple other beauties, but my God, Iron Sheik literally held on to that persona. He retired a long time ago from being the Iron Sheik, the wrestler, but he never retired from being Iron Sheik, this kingpin right here. He was an absolute beauty. 1942 to 2023, 81 years old, hell of a run. I mean, listen, back in the day, that was the guy. Remember him? And his famous move was a good old camel clutch. There's him putting it on Hulk Hogan. Wow, God, that's got to be mid 80s, I'm going to say. Mid to late 80s. Good Lord above. And then it was with Nikolai Borshkov or Boschkov, whatever the hell that guy. Remember that tandem? I hated the Iron Sheik. I hated Iron Sheik, the wrestler. And listen, I understand it was fake. It wasn't all real and stuff. And I got it. But so did the Iron Sheik. And he carried that persona on forever. And man, oh man, did he ever have a wonderful life. He was a huge part of the Stern Show, believe it or not. And they used him a lot, and he was a beauty on there. He's my hero. He turned into my hero because he was the foulest mouthed, off the cuff, witty motherfucker who would just put you in your place. I shame you. Yeah, like he was just the greatest. Anyways, rest in peace to the Iron Sheik. He really was a true legend. I mean, come on, look at that wrestling physique right there. Straight out of, I think it was Iran or something. But Iron Sheik was the shit. And the camel clutch, I remember putting these moves on my brothers. You know how many times Sarge yelled at me, Gregory Scott, would you let go of your brother right now? That's going to hurt him. I'm like, Mom, it's the camel clutch for the Iron Sheik move. I don't care what it is. You're hurting him. It's like, who cares? Shit, I love doing my Sarge impression. It's the best. She's the best. She hasn't been feeling the best lately. I love you, Mom. Just send her some well wishes because she's going away for the summer and she's all nervous. So yeah, thumbs up to Sarge and God bless her. Watching the baseball game too, and some fan, it looked like he went to catch the ball. He dropped it, but he also dropped his cell phone and it went all the way down to the field. Oh, and he just got it back. Good for him. That was pretty cool. I've never seen that before. Dude legit dropped his phone on the cell phone on the field, and the ball boy went up to get it. He went to fake put it in his pocket, and he's like, this joshing, and he tossed it up into the air. Pretty cool. All right, what else? The Iron Sheik, rest in peace, buddy. That guy definitely was a legend. Sheiky baby. And Stu Stone, a good friend of mine. I had no idea he had such a special relationship with the Sheik, and he was really heartbroken today and torn up, and told a bunch of great stories, and it was pretty cool. Another sad note, my band, these guys, the Feral Minx, made the top 6 in the Ontario Rock Search, only to not make the top 3. Shit. But listen, it's all good because guess what? Not that. Sorry. Oh, that was a bad one. I almost threw up. They're so good, and they have such great people behind them, including the Glorious Sons, who have produced some of their stuff, and they're working closely with Brad Iman and a bunch of the other guys. Listen, they all love each other. Music is music, and it really is a beautiful thing. So God bless the Feral Minx. They're gonna do just fine. Dan, Thank you, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. I know you're on your way to the airport, and it's sad you're not going to be on the show tonight to answer some questions, but I know you'll be back. I'm just about to. Oh, I'm going to talk to my friend Diana first, and then we're going to go on the journey of. God, man, you have like it's life changing. Easily went from drinking 2 to 3 bottles of red wine a day to doing this regiment that Dan prescribed. At first, I had a hard time trusting him. I did it, but I didn't do it to the fullest. But then I did, and then I did it even more, which we're about to get into in a minute. But my God, I did it, and I trusted him, and it's a life changer. I think 2 bottles of wine a day is a thing in the past. I mean, we're a couple seltzers here and there, and it really is something special. And we'll get all into all of that in about 10 or 15 minutes. But coming up next, I got to talk to this person because she's the best. I've known her a super, super long time. Childhood friend since I think kindergarten or maybe even pre-kinder. What do you call it? Yeah, pre-kindergarten. We're damn near in diapers together. And then she disappeared for a long time. I went to middle school with her in high school, but you didn't even know she existed in high school. We're going to get to it all. She's fabulous. She just turned 50, and she looks better than any one of us on this program or watching this program. How are you, Diana? Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. Well, welcome to Trippin With Bondzee. I know this isn't your thing. I know you're kind of scared to be, and you don't do this at all, and you're not a big social media girl, but you decided to take on this to get to win the cover of Hers magazine, and we're going to get into all of that. But let's go back. So you turned 50 years old just a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of months ago, April.
And I know you're thankful because your sisters played a really cruel prank on you, didn't they?
Yeah, it was my one sister, my oldest sister. She played 50 Days of Hell for me of all like the most ridiculous, ugliest photos that you could find of me for 50 days to from February. I think it was the end of February till April 2nd when my birthday was.
Yeah.
To kind of, I don't know, make me feel comfortable about turning 50 because she knew I was having troubles with it.
You were having troubles with it. And before you got to 50, you sort of went on this journey and took on this health and fitness thing. And I have to say, you look absolutely fabulous. You're trying to win the cover of the Hers magazine, which we'll get into. But listen, we go way back to the, you remember running around with little kids at Prince Philip School together?
Yeah, I remember it like yesterday. And
was
then,
I a mouthy little punk then the same as I am now?
Yeah, but I only remember you maybe for a few years because then, I was that little nerd that you ignored the rest of all the years.
So you said ignored. That's not exactly true. I know we knew each other in middle school too at Dalewood, and I saw you here and there, and we might have conversed. But then we went to the same high school, and honestly, I don't remember saying a word to you.
Yeah.
You were the nerd. I was the jock, handsome fella. And I'm not saying you weren't beautiful back then. You were, but we just weren't in the same circles. But it also comes down to this, Diana. You were literally grew up, and God bless your parents. I know they're still alive, and I hope they're watching. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Sferrazza. But your father had you on lockdown. Like, I was pretty popular. I would go to all the dances at high school and middle school. I'd go to all the Battle of the Bands. And I was part of it too. I was a lead singer, and then I'd be at all the parties and stuff. And there was never Diana Sferrazza there. Where were you?
It wasn't allowed. I was home.
I know.
Everybody was out partying.
But you got wicked grades though, right?
I don't know about that.
You sure did. Come on, you're being biased. Yes, I was a jock, dude. I played hockey, baseball. I played every sport in high school that you could imagine, except guess what, too? Basketball and volleyball, because I'm only 5'8". And back in high school, I was not even 5'8". I was 5'4" at best.
He even had long hair and curls.
I did have long hair and curls, and now, honey, it's bald and beautiful instead of long hair and curls. So listen, you weren't around. I'm sorry that we weren't as close and we didn't get to, but you just weren't allowed out, so you can't fully blame me. But we reconnected a couple years ago. I'm glad we did on a good old Facebook, Crackbook, whatever you want to call it. And here we are. We've actually reconnected. We've gone on a bunch of friend hangouts, if you will. And we've got to know each other again, and I'm super proud of what you're doing. How did we, like, so walk us through it. You were 49 and you were like, okay, I'm in good shape, but I'm having a problem with turning 50. What the hell happened, and what made you go to like a whole new level, which is hard?
Yeah. So yeah, I was dreading turning 50. So like I was having meltdowns last year thinking, oh my God, I've got like, this is my last year in my 40s. Um, what do I do here? So instead of being negative about turning 50, I decided to embrace it and accept it. And so last year, like, towards the end of the year, I made a goal for myself for 2023. And I said, I made commitments to myself, and I said, I'm going to be the fittest and the strongest, by the time my birthday comes. And that's what I did. I set myself those goals, and so far I'm achieving them. So,
And look at you. I mean, you went from a whole new level. So the dedication, I got to ask, was it hard at first because you literally had to cut out alcohol, all the yummy treats and the desserts? How strict is your diet? Sort of take us through a day of Diana, to achieve where you're at and what you look like right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough. I don't drink a lot to begin with. Like, I'll have like some, cocktails, a couple of cocktails, I found on the
I've seen you put
weekends,
back some cocktails. I know.
and some wine, with dinner, but it was never like really a heavy drinker. But good for you to cut down, so I'm proud of you.
Thank
So
you.
good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Yeah. And
You see it firsthand.
yeah. So the alcohol wasn't an issue for me. It was more like the sweets and the salt, like chips and stuff like that I had to cut out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was tough at the beginning. But then you get like the cravings stopped, and I wouldn't crave them anymore. And like the food that I'm eating, it's good food as well. Like I spice it up and do it all the way the way I want to. I mean, sometimes it's boring, but I guess I'm just used to it now. And
Yeah. So your background's Italian. So walk us through it. What do you have for breakfast?
Breakfast, I'll have like a protein pancake, or I'll have an egg, or 2 eggs, and then I'll have a Greek yogurt, like 100 grams of Greek yogurt. It's boring, but I'll put blueberries in it, and then that spices it up for me. For lunch, I'll have like a chicken wrap or a tuna wrap, and maybe some vegetables with it. I'll have a snack kind of in between that, like a protein shake or a protein bar. Dinner, I'll either have chicken, salmon, tuna steak, and I'll mix that with rice or broccoli, asparagus, sweet potatoes.
And so what do you miss the most? I got to ask, like that it doesn't sound horrible, and I'm on sort of the same food thing. It sounds like, but what do you miss the most? Is it ice cream, the chips, like you said?
Yeah.
Or what's
Yeah.
your go-to?
I miss ice cream. I really do miss ice cream. Pizza.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even like McDonald's, but I feel like I miss a burger, like just a sloppy burger.
Do you have cheat days, Diana, when you're on this sort of fitness thing that you're on right now to make the cover, or cheat days? Because I see like The Rock, who works out hard. Who is another one? The underwear guy, Marky Mark, Wahlberg. They have cheat days. Does Diana have cheat days?
I was at the beginning, but I don't crave the cheat days now. Like I don't feel like it.
Yeah. Good for you. Eating clean. Miss Ellie, she's got a boyfriend. It's all good. Settle down over there. We got people watching in Nicaragua. He has a question. He wants to know if you smoke pot at all after a heavy workout like Arnold.
No, actually, I do not smoke pot. I don't even like it. It doesn't. Me and pot don't mix. We don't mix
Paranoid, right?
at all.
Yeah.
I think we've had this conversation, Greg.
Yeah, we have. So I know gummies, nothing, right? Like,
no,
you're like, no way.
No, it just doesn't hit me right.
A little red wine for Diana, and that's it. Yeah, perfect. So, okay, you're doing amazing, because I know you were so scared to come on here. You were the first guest ever to make me send you the questions, and I sort of hid some of them too. So at the beginning, of course. But listen, you're doing great. So you've got workouts.
Yeah.
Every single day? Are we doing 7 days a week, or where are we at?
No, not really. I'd say 4 days of heavy core workouts. Like Monday, I do chest. I do chest, triceps, shoulders and abs. Tuesday, I just do like light cardio and I just do that at home.
Yeah.
Wednesday, I do leg day at the gym and glutes. Thursday, I take a rest day. Friday, I do back and biceps. And Saturday, I do legs and glutes again. And Sunday, I kind of just like do like go for a
Whatever.
walk or a hike or whatever. Just kind of take it easy.
Yeah, I saw you swimming in your pool. You get some cardio that way
Yeah.
too. That was a great video and stuff. Listen, so it's not what you're saying is, and the way you describe it, it really isn't that hard to sort of look and feel good and get to the shape you're in at 50 years old, which, you know, we're all getting older. You definitely look amazing and fab for 50. Like, definitely make 50 look the new 40 and 30, honey. You're like, come on, let's go. You got it going on. And we got lots of people. I know Bouch was tuning in. We got people in Nicaragua. You really do make it look easy in all your videos and stuff. I know this is different for you and hard, but you've sort of killed it and got it. So keep going.
Thank you.
Let's talk about the whole. I've had the link streaming the whole time of the show, and I have in previous shows. But listen, you're so close to the end of making it to the Fitness Model magazine. And I mean, good Lord, honey, look, seriously right now. Come on, let's give a little
God.
credits too. Okay, like not a big deal, you know. The cover of the magazine. What how did this all start, and what happened? How did it all, like, I want to be on that cover? Talk me through it.
Okay, well, it wasn't even me. Like that wasn't even part of my goal. Like my goal was just to be the fittest. I wasn't planning on doing this magazine. And a good friend of mine sent me the link. And I said, what are you sending me the link for? And she goes, I want you to apply. And I'm like, oh God, I can't do this. And she said, just apply. So I applied. And about 2 months later, I was selected to compete with 27,000.
Well, of course you were, because I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, let's not kid a kidder here, okay? You look fabulous. Okay, sorry to cut you off, but
thank you.
so, and then it turned into, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but you knew what was involved with it, right? Like, it's a lot of social media and stuff that you're not used to. So how did you break through the barrier mentally to be able to get to the point where you're posting pictures of yourself like this? And I know you're super uncomfortable every time
I'm right now.
But listen, you look fabulous, and you've been number one almost the whole thing. So people can help by going to vote for this. But how did you get to that point and stick with it?
I didn't know how to use like a lot of the social media platforms. So I had a friend of mine help me and taught me how to use, Facebook properly, how to use, I was never on Instagram. So he showed me how to use Instagram and how to, post the posts that I've been doing in the videos, and same with TikTok. So I was using all those three platforms. So I'm thankful for him to show me that. And then, sorry, what was your question?
Just how did you, like, was it tough to break through the mental barrier of
yes,
you were so scared and stuff? But now look at you, you've put out a ton of videos, and you've done really well with it and come a long way. So we got to get people to vote. Yes. And you, even coming on the show, I didn't ever think it was possible, and you were scared shitless, but here you are, and you're doing amazing. What's next for Diana? Whether you win or lose this contest, and where you're not going to lose, because everybody on here, and I got a lot of my boys here, they're all going to go vote for you. The link's on the bottom, and follow her on TikTok, social media, all the social medias, Instagram. It's at Diana Sferrazza. The name's there. I know it's not the easiest, but it's there for you to go follow, fellas. Okay, and vote. Right, Diana?
Yes, please.
And so what's next? If you win or lose, are we going to stick with something like this? Is this where, like, has this opened up like Diana's Pandora's box, if you will?
Yeah. So it has. It's a great feeling. Like, it's kind of made me think about, where do I go from here, and should I, maybe looking at coaching and training and whatnot. So I've thought about that. I've inspired several people. They've reached out to me, on a personal level, and asked me some questions. So it's warmed my heart, and it made me think about maybe, perhaps doing this down the road, coaching and training and motivating.
Yeah, I think you've really conquered it. at first I've seen such a difference because this has been going on for a bit now, and I've seen your first videos, you were terrified. And
Yeah.
now you're doing so good. Like you're gonna take over my podcast pretty soon.
Oh
I'm
God.
worried about it because you're just a natural now. So yeah, good for you. But listen, people can go sign up on all your social medias. There's no fee, there's no nothing. It's a couple of clicks, right?
Yeah, on the Facebook, it's free. So, like, and I ask everybody just vote for free because you can do it through Facebook. There is like on the same link that you can vote if you want to pay for votes, but it's for like a donation to war vet. Oh my God, for war veterans. So you can choose to do like a donated vote. But I'm really truly just asking for free votes. Just go on Facebook and
Yeah,
vote
of
for free votes.
course. Listen, you look fabulous. It can't be easy. I mean, we all love, like you said, the McDonald's, the pizza and stuff, but we all want to look like you deep down inside. You have a six pack, and we all have a six pack under our layers of warmth, let's say. And by warmth, I mean layers of fat. And all you fat fucks out there watching, listen, this is what you need to do. You need to be disciplined, and you need to be self-loved and go get it and have a body like Diana, okay? Let's get it on. And go vote for her because that's what it's all about. Health and wellness and
Yes,
looking good, right? And feeling good because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you look good, right? Confidence
absolutely.
is key.
Yes. Yes. I feel like it's given me the best confidence of my life right now.
So would
And
we look at going into competitions or something like this moving forward?
yeah, I'm considering that. So
Sure.
so that's that was originally my goal. This magazine was not my goal. It was originally this to compete. So I may do that towards the end of the year or next year. So I'll have to
Okay.
see.
Well, listen, you don't have far to go to compete to win in any category because you look amazing. And listen, this doesn't come easy, but it's dedication, it's hard work. You look fabulous. You did it. You're 50 years old. By golly gee. I mean, how did we ever get 50, by the way, Diana? Like who let that happen?
I don't know. My God. I don't know. Like I said, I felt like it was like yesterday. I was that nerdy little kid and you were that guy that ignored me.
No, I was the
I
guy
just want
that
to throw that on
ignored
your
you
face
because you
over and
weren't
over
allowed
again.
out, and I didn't know who the hell you were anymore.
Okay.
And now look what I missed out on. Shit,
Oh
I
my
should have been
God.
dating a hot girl like this. Rat. Anyways, thanks so much for doing this. You've been super awesome. Everybody, I mean, the link is going to be up all night. Please go vote. And I almost said, please go love her because Chopper just put, I fucking love this show. Yeah, you're welcome, Chopper. You're welcome, everybody. Diana, you've been the best, and I hope you win. And if you don't, I think you need to still take it to the next level where you want to go and go conquer the world because it's your oyster. Good for you.
For sure. Thank you.
And you were so awesome and smooth on this. I'm super proud of you.
Thanks.
You bet. All right. That's Diana Sferrazza, everybody. She was smooth as silk. Holy shit. Not only is she beautiful inside and out, she was terrified to be on here live, and she absolutely nailed it. Yeah, that was awesome. Please make sure you go vote for her. The link will be up there all night. Go get it. It's Diana Sferrazza. She wants to be on the cover of Hers magazine, and she deserves it. I mean, when you work that hard to look that good, by golly gee, fellas, put your tongues back in your mouth and just go vote, okay? You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, what else? I'm going to take a timeout. We all got to take a deep breath after that one. I'm going to have a sip of water. I'm going to have a puff of my medicine stick, and then we're going to regroup. And guess what? We're going to talk about Bondzee special weekend. By golly gee, buckle up because it's a doozy. That is the best water ever. I'm buying shares in that place. Splash water. Yeah, it's not aspartame, but it's my friend was telling me about this on the weekend. It's 0 calories, 0 sugar, but it's got sucralose. Wah, wah, wah. But fuck, listen, if I'm gonna die, and we're all gonna die one day, I'm going down drinking beautiful flavored water. I'm not going down drinking plain water, okay? It's just, why would I? I don't like plain water. I drank enough of it. I ran 2 goddamn half marathons, and I never got into flavored water until because I couldn't. You know that squirty shit you could put in your flavored water? I couldn't put it in my water because it was the only thing on the planet that gave me heartburn. Never ever experienced heartburn in my life until I squirted that shit in my water. So what does that tell you about that chemicals and that? So don't do that, but do go and buy flavored water. Splash. I'm gonna advertise right there. That's the best. All right. Coming. Oh, I also never mentioned why Bonzee's been single all this time. So we're gonna double dose it. We are 35 minutes in. We got a bit of time to go. Let's get into it and have some fun. Ready? I should start playing tunes again on the show. I remember when I first started, I used to play tunes all the time in the background. I got copyrighted a bit, but not that much, to be honest. And it just made me, I was uncomfortable doing the show at first, I guess. Not uncomfortable, but it made me feel more comfortable to have tunes going in the background. I sort of missed that. But anyways, let's get into it. So my journey this weekend. What do you want to hear first? My journey this weekend or why I'm single? Let's go with the journey this weekend, and that it leads into, it doesn't lead into it, but I'll make it lead into it because that's what good podcasters do. Ready? Oh boy. Miami Heat, Denver going at it in the NBA Finals, by the way. Denver's up 51-47 over the Heat. Can you believe both Florida teams are in? They both eighth seed, by the way, and they made the playoffs by the skin of their teeth, and now they're both in the finals. Mind you, Florida Panthers ain't doing so good, down 2-0. Miami Heat, they won second game. They were down 1-0. I had to double check because I was away this weekend, and I can't keep up with everything, okay? But it's 1-1 in the series, and both Florida teams are still in it. Okay, let's go. Bondzee, away this weekend. Holy mackerel. I told you I was going on a healing journey, and by a golly gee, was it a healing journey. I got there, and I already knew it was a special weekend. I mentioned earlier in the show the lovely people that had me there. It was her son had passed away 3 years ago on the Sunday, my last day there. Anyways, it was a celebration of him for the whole weekend for sure. It was the first time that I've got to spend the time up there with both of them. And I mean, this place is literally, it's magical. I mean, it's magical. This was the sunset on Saturday night. This was Friday night. And at this point, when this is going on, Bondzee is probably about a dose of MDA and a gram and a half of mushrooms. So I went there to heal because my friend Aisha, who had me up there, she's healing too. She lost her son 3 years ago. We both are suffering from traumatic events in our life, and we're on the same healing journey. And she trusted me to come on a journey with me, and it was the first time. I've already done it once. I talked about my journey in this basement where I did the MDMA, 2 doses, and the 3 grams of mushrooms. Well, I did that with Aisha on Friday, and this is what we witnessed while we were journeying, if you will. And this was just the start, to be honest. And we ended up doing just over 3 grams of mushrooms each, two blasts of MDMA, and the healing and the self-love that happened between myself. I've never ever felt so more positive and better about myself in my entire life. And it didn't take pharmaceuticals to do it. It took shit out of the ground, basically like mushrooms and a single molecule of MDMA. I've tried antidepressant pills in the past. Nothing worked. I've tried Reiki. I've tried hot yoga. Hot yoga worked really well, to be honest. Time and dedication got tough just with the point of my life. But just to have a couple journeys in these past, I think it's been about a month now, 6 weeks. doing 2 episodes of what I've done with the MDMA and the shroom mixtures, and the second time with Aisha sent me to a whole new level of trust with Dan. I was able to accept. I am no longer, and I swear to God, my kids, I'm no longer afraid of snakes. True story. I've had visions of them crawling all over me, and I accepted it, and I welcomed it. When you close your eyes, you're sort of in the spirit world with this concoction. And it was fascinating, and I welcomed my fear of not only snakes, but that was pretty much my only fear. The only other thing I fear is my parents dying, and I didn't deal with that on this journey, thankfully, because this is more of a peaceful journey and getting rid of past demons and shit. I welcome the snakes, and again, it always seems to come up on these crazy journeys, and I had such a fear. And lo and behold, I kid you not, you cannot make this stuff up. After my Friday journey with Aisha and doing the 2 MDMAs and the 3 grams of mushrooms, the next morning we're walking down to the beach, going out to the ocean here, right there, which is so stunningly beautiful. A snake crawled across me, and you can't even make this up. And it wasn't a garter snake; it was a black. It had to be about that round. And I didn't scream. I didn't scream. I didn't jump. I was just like, oh, a snake. Wow. Last year, to preface this story of my fear of snakes, I saw a tiny little garter snake. It was like literally a baby wrapped up in the middle of the road like that, and they tore themselves up. I screamed like a fucking 12-year-old schoolgirl that just saw like the biggest ghost in the entire life, and she was terrified. That was me. And then I walk around the corner, and there's this old lady standing there, and she goes, "Was that you, Sonny, that just screamed like a 12-year-old schoolboy girl?" I'm like, yes, it sure was. I said I saw a snake, and she goes, "Oh, I know, I heard you." Well, listen, I saw a way bigger snake, and it slithered. It did its thing, like, and it's still not the best. But I didn't scream, and I didn't freak out, and I didn't let them into my world. And God damn it, I'll tell you, I was in a world on Friday night. And then Saturday, let's get to Saturday. This was a sunset Saturday night, and I only have 1 dose of MDMA left. So I did it myself, and I took double the dose of mushrooms. So I took 2 and 2, then 2.5 within a 2-3 hour span. My friends went to bed at 11. And I was off to the races from 11 till about 2:30 in the morning by myself. And it was honestly the best goddamn time I've ever had in my life. This is the sunset. We worked through all this. This was like staring at that whilst you are on a couple of hits MDMA and shrooms. And then it was a full moon to add to the full experience. This photo was taken at 10 after 1 in the morning on the Saturday night of the full moon, and I was probably the highest I've ever been in my entire life. But when I opened my eyes and took these photos, I was sober as a judge. And then you close your eyes and you go back into the spirit world. And by golly gee, I sat with this gnome garden, and it wasn't on somebody else's property. It was on the people's house that I was staying at. This is the view from the background. Look at that. That is their view. The sun sets directly between the Canadian flag and the bird feeder on that post. And under that post is the most amazing goddamn gnome garden in the world. Well, at 1:30 in the morning, high on balls, as high as you could be on 4.5 grams of mushrooms and MDMA. I was totally coherent, and I had the best conversation with these little bastards, and we had the best time. I took photographs like this. This is also after 1 o'clock in the morning, no flash, no nothing, just me having the best time of my life, breathing and doing the best breathing exercises ever, and just chilling and staring at this. And it really was truly magical. It's helped me so much. I drank the least amount of booze ever for going away on a long weekend with friends. We all did it. We all had a great time. And what's this? How do you not trip on those rocks? Listen, dude, and you know what? I don't have pictures. I didn't put it up, but I was in that goddamn lake right there earlier that day. And you want to talk cold? That is Lake Huron, half an hour, not even half an hour, 25 minutes south of the northern point of the northern Bruce Peninsula, and that water is cold. And I swam in it this weekend. It was the most exhilarating thing in between my journeys. I came home, I drive home. It was a 3.5-hour drive home, and I felt absolutely magical. And I was just like, oh, I stretched so much. I danced like you wouldn't believe. And just the self-love and the magic that comes from that medicina together. I can't thank Dan enough for like, listen, fixing me. I'm not perfect, nah, by any means, and nobody ever will be, but the transformation that is going on in my brain and how I feel in my heart and about myself, first and foremost, I wake up every day now and tell myself I love me, and I have no problem looking in the mirror. And this past weekend was super magical, and nothing but good things are going to come of this. It really has transformed and changed my life. And it's the first thing that's worked since 2009 when I started suffering and have the trauma that I did that changed my life. And now, look the fuck out, because 49 years, adios. The next 49 are going to be the best 49 years of my life. And I already had a pretty good life. Yeah, it was filled with trauma and stuff. Now we're going to fill it with positivity, positiveness, and we're going to kick some ass. All right? Yeah, and that's my journey. It was really magical. I can't thank Canadacia enough. It was pretty special. And I can't thank the gnomes. I will be back, and we're going to continue our conversations. Believe me, you. I know it sounds a little hokey, but listen, Dan and Medicine Bob have provided me and allowed me a different a way in life to fix myself, and whatever works, right? And it really helped Aisha, her Friday night experience with me and dealing with the pain of losing her son 3 years ago. She had a magical experience, and she felt him there the whole time, and it was pretty special for her. So, listen, whatever works for you, right? It's better than slugging back copious amounts of alcohol day after day. You go on a couple of journeys and take some shrooms and MDMA on a weekend here and there. I'm down with that instead of pounding back booze. All right. Yep. That's what I'm on. Listen, where should we go? I can tell you about my journey, why I'm single, or we can get into some funny videos and pictures and maybe just do that route tonight. What do you think? What do you do, Mons? What do you do? Maybe I'll save the reason why I'm single till next week, because where are we at? 48 minutes. I got some. Oh, well, okay. Well, let's ask Diana. You get to choose. Do you want to hear me rant about why I'm single after so many years still, or do you want to see funny videos and pictures?
I think I want to hear why you're single. Let's go with that.
There we go. Yeah, the mighty power is spoken. Okay. I will talk about this. So the reason I've been single for the past, oh gosh, it's been a minute. I have not had a full-time girlfriend since 2016, I want to say. I dated a girl, Leslie. I know people that watch the show long enough know about Leslie. She came to Nicaragua a couple times to visit me, but I never really lived here. And she lived in London. I lived in Aurelia. It wasn't 2 weeks in a row. Settle down, bud. Hey, listen, tease and tickle me the feather. You're still watching, right? So it works. So don't even come at me, Chopper. That's why you're still watching. So here it is. I have been dealing with an issue and not a mental issue. We all know that one. But in 2021, when I ventured off to the United States in my bus, very early in the trip, I developed a pinhole in my index finger on my right hand, right here. And this pinhole sort of started to open up. And I was like, what the fuck is this? It's weird. It's like opening, like, and it's like growing like a full moon. So I messaged a doctor buddy of mine, and he's like, oh shit. And I'm like, what do you mean, oh shit? He goes, oh shit, bro. Like, this is going to be probably 2 to 3 years of not a good time. And he wasn't wrong. I proceeded to lose all my fingernails, all my toenails. And it took every last wind out of my sails. It's part of the reason I would never say I failed on the trip I went to through the United States. It was the best time I ever had in my life. It was part of the Dean Blundell show. It was all documented. I got video that I haven't even shared, and I had the best time, but it was sort of hindered because I had to start hiding my fingernails and start wearing shoes with covers on them because you couldn't go out in public because, well, I'll show you. This has been hard. I debated whether to show this. This has affected my life for 2 years. It has brought me down. It has fucking pissed me off. But I got it's a nail psoriasis. It's a form of nail psoriasis. So I lost all my fingernails. That's today. So some of my nails are growing back and have grown back nice and better. Some of my nails haven't. And it took until about a week ago to get the answer of finally what's happening after 2 years. And it has fucking pissed me off to the point I'm almost crying right now because it fucking did not allow me to go out in public and date a girl. Could you imagine dating a girl with fucking knuckle fingers like this, bro? Oh, excuse me while I put on my medical gloves so I can finger your clitoris and bring you to a Pleasureville. Why do you always wear your socks in bed? Why do you always wear closed-toe shoes? Because I'm fucking disgusting. And I hated it. And that's why. How the hell do you date a girl when you look like a fucking monster? I didn't look like a monster like this, but my fingernails did, and I hid them. And I hid them, and I hid them, and I hid them. I hid them on the show. I hid them in life, and I hated it. But it was what I was dealt with. I didn't ask for it. I was perfectly healthy. Lost my hair, sure, fuck. I could grow it back. I got some hair. It just doesn't look as good as it did when I was in high school. But I lost my fucking fingernails and my my toenails. It's the most disgusting thing ever. Fuck's gonna want to date and hang out with me when you look like a weirdo? Why do you always hide your fingers? Why do you always fucking wear closed-toed shoes? Because I'm a weirdo. And I got some disease, and I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was a fungus, and fungus is contagious. So I was weird. I couldn't go in pools I just didn't know. Turns out it's not fungal, thank God, which we pretty much knew from the get-go. I tried like 4 different drops. My doctor was not the best and super helpful. And it was a long process. And fucking 2021, at the start of 2021, this happened, and I'm still dealing with it. And now finally, as of last week Friday, I got a message from the doctor saying we figured it out. So we're gonna fix it, and then I'm gonna go on a tear, because not only have I fallen back in love with myself because of the medicine I've been on and the self-healing and what I'm doing and the less drinking and everything, I'm going to get my fucking nails fixed. And ladies, you better buckle up and look out, because Bonzarelli is going to be on a tear. And listen, I am probably the #1 available bachelor out there. Funniest, handsomest, good looking. Like, I mean, come on, let's not kid a kidder here. With the glasses, with or without the hat, pretty good looking. She's got fucking ugly fingernails right now. Sorry. It's pretty tough to stick your fingers up of ladies' woohoo when you got fucking nails that look like goddamn Batman or fucking bats. I don't even know. Okay. It's gross. So they can't. That's why. Okay. It's been the masturbation central. No ladies, because you can't put dirty fingernails up there. Okay, that's it. That's why that is. We are at 54 minutes. Diana, listen. Okay, I gotta ask. You're still here, aren't you? Glad you asked now.
No, I was thinking, oh my God, I should have said the videos.
I know, but I did it. I got it off my chest. It has not been the most comforting thing to deal with. We've been out a lot. I don't know if you've ever noticed. You've never brought it up, but have you noticed? Have you noticed that I hide my fingernails every time we go out?
I noticed. I just thought they were just short. I just thought you actually bit them.
Yeah,
So like
no,
a lot of people bite their nails. So
yeah.
I didn't make a thing of it. I just thought, he just bites his nails.
Yeah, I wish that was all it was. But that's it. I'm glad you asked that. I finally got it off my chest. I will get better, and I will be back to finger banging bitches in no time. Love you. Thank you so much for joining, and thanks for picking that. That's Diana. Go vote. Tell them where it's at. Facebook,
Please
TikTok,
vote.
everything, right?
Free on Facebook. Just vote.
Vote. You're the best, and thanks for doing that. It's Diana Sferrazza. I think that's it. Oh, you know what? We do have 5 minutes. Why don't I got a couple more videos? You know what, folks? Karma is a bitch. And listen, sometimes it really just it sort of works too, doesn't it? You got to see this video coming up right here, right now. Watch this. Karma at its best. Dude rides by on his little silly bicycle, steals her phone, and buddy, not all heroes wear capes. They drive cars sometimes and run over thieves. Buddy didn't see that coming, I'll tell you right now. I wonder if Buddy who runs him over gets charged or whatever. And I wonder how the phone was. Anyways, karma can come at you pretty quick, fellas. So just be careful what you do. All right. What else we got? I got a couple more doozies here. Okay. On this episode, fuck around and find out. This is the best. Buddy, this guy thought he was a superhero. Turns out, maybe not so much. Ready? Watch.
Working on the knees in that slippery pole. Look at that. He's keeping his hand on the top of that jaw, working, getting close. I'm not sure what he's thinking. Oh my God.
And here's where we play the game.
Get ready to see what's wiggling there, ladies and gentlemen. He's wiggling that foot off. Oh no.
Guess what? Here's your buddy.
Oh
man. Shit. What else we got? Let's take that one down, and then we've all been here. We've all played this game, and we've either been on the boat driving end like I have, or on the receiving end of flying through the air like a complete maniac. Watch this.
Add a little bit of spice.
One more time, watch this.
Add a little bit of spice.
Please go flying. One more time. Having a great time. Bum, bum, bum.
Add a little bit of spice.
God damn, I love that video. What else we got? I got a couple of pictures I want to show you before I get out of here. Which ones? Oh, I was talking to you last week about the festival. It's festival season. Here is some tips or what to do and what not to do from Bonzarelli on Trippin With Bondzee. When you go to sleep, be prepared for the unprepared. Be prepared to take it in the face. That's why they're wearing goggles. That one apparently didn't get the message. You gotta respect her dedication to going to the urinals, if you will. But that's pretty tough to carry around all day. But I guess that's how bad they are. Just ask this guy. I wonder. Oh no, not that guy. Wait. Oh, I had the best picture. Where was it? This guy is, this one. Ask this guy. He was so cold, he had to go find shelter in a fucking porta potty at a festival to stay warm. That's one way to stay warm, I'll tell you that. What else? We got weirdos like this at festivals. Watch out for guys like this. Do not buy drugs from that guy. This guy, he tried really, really, really hard to set up his tent and just said, fuck it. The drugs kicked in pretty heavy. Speaking of drugs kicking in heavy, that guy probably wins for the most stonedest and zero fucks given of the whole entire festival. Gross. And this guy, he really tried. And he danced so hard and had such a good time, he went right through his shoe and could care less. Speaking of could care less, this guy probably felt where he passed out, and people were really nice enough to help him out to stay warm. Listen, that's all I got for helping my tips. Don't be those people at festivals, because nobody wants to be this guy, especially. Or what would be worse, that guy or that guy? I wonder. I would not want to be that guy. I don't know. I really would have a massive phobia about that, but probably still beats that. I don't know. But that, you're probably so wasted and fucked up, you won't even smell the shit and stuff until you wake up. And when you wake up, the sun's up and it's time to go again. Here, I don't know. That's just wrong. That's just simply wrong. What's wrong is you watching this show for an hour and 1 minute and haven't laughs with me. No, it's not wrong. It was the best. I can't thank you enough for tuning in. Huge, massive thanks to Diana Sferrazza. Please, please go vote. The link's right there on the bottom. This has been Bondzee Live on Trippin With Bondzee. We had a great time tonight. We got through a lot of stuff. Healing journey. I'm on the best journey I could ever be on. It might make sense to some people. It might not make sense to others. And that's okay. Because guess what? We are entering a whole new phase of what's going to be acceptable from 2024 plus moving on. The world is changing. Life is changing. The world is changing big time. We got UFO official announcements from the United States government of America. Shit, buckle up, folks, because by golly gee, do the best drugs you can and enjoy it all and have a good time whilst you're here, because could be here today, could be gone tomorrow. Just ask the Iron Sheik. Rest in peace, buddy. Love you all. The show is brought to you by, what do we got? We got Scramble Clothing. Go check them out. I'm wearing one of their hats right now. It's www.scrambleclothing.com. It's Scramble with a K. They have amazing apparel. You can get wicked hats. You can get awesome T-shirts, hoodies, light hoodies like that. Everything. Surfwear, beachwear. The guy took his two best passions together, golfing and surfing, amalgamated them, and it's Scramble Clothing. Go check them out. They're the best. Scramble right there. Awesome hats, awesome hoodies, awesome tees, awesome surfwear. You're awesome. I'm awesome. Believe me, I finally figured that out. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next Wednesday. We got some great guests coming up. Trying to get JJ Wild on the show soon. We also got Guillaume Bradeur from the Yukon Gold Show. Oh, and Alan Cross, the man, the musical guru of all musical gurus, is coming on Trippin With Bondzee real soon. Love ya. Thanks for tuning in, Chopper from Florida. Thanks for tuning in, Dan from Toronto. We had people from Nicaragua tonight. Diana Sferrazza was a great guest. She was terrified and did amazing. You're amazing. I'm amazing. Adios. See you next week. Bye. Get to the scene. There we go. Bye.
What was that?
That was very strange.
It was very weird.
Peculiar.
It was kind of amusing.
Yes, it was rather funny.
It was incredibly funny.
I loved it.
Hilarious.
I checked the line. Who's next to go? Yeah, who's next? next to go? I checked the line. Who's next to go?
Bondzee Live. Bondzee on YouTube.